Timothy Schofield has been sentenced to 12 years in prison after being found guilty of sexually abusing a teenage boy. When sentencing the 54-year-old this morning, Mrs. Justice Cutts told him, "You exploited his innocence at this stage of his life for your own sexual gratification. It was wrong on every level for you to behave as you did. He felt forced to do what you wanted, trapped and unable to escape. He felt he couldn't tell anyone and did not do so for many years. You took away his ability to be the teenager he should have been, carefree, relaxed, happy. It is clear to me that you became utterly obsessed with him." She added, "According to PA, your actions and behavior have had a devastating impact on the boy. In doing what you did, you thought only of yourself. I have not heard a single word of remorse from you, only self-pity." The judge commended the courage of the boy for reporting the abuse. The brother of TV star Phillip Schofield arrived at Bristol Crown Court earlier this morning ahead of being sentenced to 12 years behind bars, after being found guilty of sexually abusing a teenage boy over a period of 3 years at Exeter Crown Court last month. Schofield, who was dismissed by his former employer Avon and Somerset Police following the conviction, was remanded into custody by Mrs. Justice Cutts after a verdict was reached on April 3. She told Schofield at the time, "I am not going to sentence you today. I want to know a little more about you, particularly the mental health problems you have spoken about at this trial." The 54-year-old was charged with 11 sexual offences involving a child between 2016 and 2019, including 2 of sexual activity with a child. In a victim personal statement read to the court by Robin Shellard, prosecuting, the boy said he felt numb to life following the abuse. He said, "Before Tim was arrested, I felt I had no freedom. I often felt panic, stress and fear. I felt like I was trapped in a loop of fear and anxiety of the abuse happening again. It was only after Tim was arrested that I felt safe. It was only after Tim was arrested that I felt free, free to be me, free to be happy, free to be relaxed." The boy added, "I feel more blunt, I feel more bitter, I feel numb to life. I know I should feel really happy or really sad, but I don't have the ability to emotionally react to what is happening." Schofield denied performing sexual acts on the teenager and claimed they watched pornography together and had masturbated while sitting apart. Detective Inspector Keith Smith of Avon and Somerset Police said the boy abused by Timothy Schofield showed remarkable bravery when speaking outside Bristol Crown Court following the sentencing. He added, "Although the offences Timothy Schofield committed were not connected to his employment, we know the fact he was a member of police staff will be of great concern to the public. It's important to stress that before the allegations were made to the police in December 2021, there were no prior complaints or allegations made about this defendant, and his former colleagues have been horrified by the offences he's now been convicted of. But, we want to be absolutely clear, we're on a mission to root out all those who betray the standards and values we're committed to uphold. The public must be able to trust police officers and staff, and protecting this bond of trust is our priority." During the trial's closing speeches, Robin Shellard, prosecuting, told the jury, "There are good reasons why society, and we here are all part of this society, and the law which is founded because of society, treats those under 18 and those under 16 not as full adults. Society tries to protect children from adults who want to abuse them and tries to protect children from themselves. We are not dealing with morals but criminal abuse against a child. We say the evidence shows the boy is not motivated by hate and lies." Peter Binder, defending, said, "This is a court of law and not a court of public morals, and it's entirely proper, due to the oaths and affirmations you have taken, to put aside all your feelings of antipathy and revulsion you feel towards the defendant and try this case and these charges on the evidence. You must be utterly dispassionate. This case boils down one person's word, that of the boy, against the other, that of the defendant." The jury found Schofield guilty on all counts with a majority of 10-2 after more than 5.5 hours of deliberation. Following the verdict being delivered last month, Schofield's TV star brother issued a statement and called his younger sibling's crimes despicable. In a post shared via his lawyer and on social media, This Morning presenter Phillip Schofield wrote, "My overwhelming concern is and has always been for the well-being of the victim and his family. I hope that their privacy will now be respected. If any crime had ever been confessed to me by my brother, I would have acted immediately to protect the victim and their family. These are despicable crimes, and I welcome the guilty verdicts. As far as I am concerned, I no longer have a brother." Avon and Somerset Police, who Schofield had worked for as an IT technician, also issued a statement. Senior Investigating Officer Det Inspector Keith Smith said, "This defendant has exploited and abused the victim by carrying out a sickening series of offences over a significant period of time. The impact on the victim has been immense and they've shown incredible bravery in disclosing the crimes committed against them, and by supporting the subsequent police investigation throughout. We hope this outcome will provide some comfort and enable them to recover from the abuse they've had inflicted on them. Although the defendant does not work in a public-facing role, and the offences are not linked to his employment, we know the fact he works for the police will be a matter of public concern. Until these criminal allegations were reported in December 2021, there were no previous allegations or complaints made to the police against this defendant. Once reported, officers carried out a thorough investigation, building a file of evidence and speaking to a number of witnesses, resulting in the defendant being charged and subsequently convicted of serious offences. Misconduct proceedings can now recommence at pace, and the defendant is due to be sentenced on May 19 at Bristol Crown Court. While the majority of police officers, staff and volunteers dedicate themselves to public service and keeping our communities safe, we know the public's trust and confidence in policing nationally has been damaged by recent incidents. To repair the damage these incidents have undoubtedly caused, we must continue to take decisive action and be clear what standards we expect from our people. Where these standards are not met, we will take robust action to ensure those who let us all down cannot remain in policing. If you've been a victim of sexual assault, you can access help and resources via www.rapecrisis.org.uk or calling the national telephone helpline on 0808 802 9999.